Chapter 5 Home Again. Lie still, Kandima, her favorite nurse whispered in her ear. You are all right now. There is a big bandage over both of your eyes and you won't be able to see for a few days. Here is your doll. You can talk to her. Kandima lay still for a long time with her doll in her arms. When I go home, she whispered to her doll, you will ride in a basket and I will walk right beside you. You will see mother and father and Chaya and baby Bonnie. I will wash your clothes and take good care of you just like the nurses in this hospital, and you will sleep with me every night. People who passed by Kandima's bed never heard her cry. They never heard her complain. She always had a smile on her face. When the doctor came and removed Kandima's bandages from her eye, her good eye looked straight into his kind face. Your eye is as bright as a star, the doctor told Kandima. The infection is gone. In a few days, we'll fit you with a new glass eye. When the doctor had gone, Kandima reached up to feel where the blind eye had been. The eye was gone. The eyelid closed over an empty space. Kandima didn't understand about having a new eye. She was just thankful that the ruined eye had been taken out. A closed eye wouldn't look too bad. At least it wouldn't frighten people who looked at it. A couple of days later, the nurse took Kandima to see the doctor in his office. The doctor lifted her up to a tall stool. Then he looked closely at her face. Next, he reached into a box and pulled out a glass ball. Look, the doctor said to the nurse, this one is perfect. He dipped the glass ball into some liquid, lifted the eyelid where Kandima's blind eye had been, and slipped in the glass ball. There now, the doctor said as he stood back smiling. What a beautiful child you are. The nurse handed Kandima a mirror. Kandima looked at herself in surprise. Can that girl in the mirror really be me? She clapped her hands in joy. Is it me? Is it really me? She asked. The doctor and nurse laughed and looked at each other happily. Kandima wanted to say many things, but she didn't know what words to use. What kind people, she told herself. Even with sick people all around, kind people make others happy. Kandima's last few days in the hospital went by very quickly. Before she knew it, she was back on the ship sailing across the ocean. She could hardly wait to see mother and father. She was eager to see how much baby Bonnie had grown, and Kandima couldn't wait to show her new doll to Chaya. Soon she would be back in Durian Village. When the ship arrived, Kandima opened her suitcase and pulled out her rosebud pajamas. No other clothes would be nicer to wear on this happy day. When she saw Tuan on the wharf below, she ran to meet him. Tuan gave her a big hug and then looked closely at Kandima. They have fed you well and taken good care of you. You are healthy, your eye is perfect, and your smile is still the sweetest in your village. The red bus took them to Tuan's house. Everyone ran out to welcome Kandina. Oh, what a beautiful new eye, Auntie exclaimed. Daddy, why does she wear her pajamas in the middle of the day? One child asked. She likes them the best of all her clothes, Nancy answered. That evening, Teacher Duwad came from Kandima's village. He smiled when he saw Kandima. My, I hardly recognize you, Teacher Duwad said. Your eye looks just as good as it ever did. Early the next morning, the red bus took Teacher Duwad and Kandima to the place where the jungle trail began. All day they walked. It was hard climbing the mountain and Kandima was tired. When they finally came to the edge of Durian Village, they heard a great shout. Kandima is coming! Kandima is coming! Mukit raced between the huts, shouting the news to everyone. Everyone raced to see Kandima. Mother cried, father stood trembling with joy. Chaya danced and baby Bonnie smiled and giggled. Wonderful! Amazing! The people exclaimed as they crowded around Kandima. Look, her old eye is healed. It looks just like new. Look at her beautiful new clothes, someone said. I've never seen clothes like this before. Can you see out of your eye as well as you did before? Someone asked. To answer that, Kandima lifted her hand and with a quick movement flipped her glass eye into her hand and held it out for everyone to see. The surprised people jumped back, falling over each other. They had never seen anything like this before. Kandima laughed until tears ran from her good eyes. Mukit watched as Kandima slipped the eye back into place. Do that with your other eye, he demanded. Kadima only laughed some more, and the villagers crowded around to look more closely at her eye. As Kadima got ready for bed that evening, she told her family, "It is Jesus who makes Teacher Duad and Tuan kind. It is Jesus who makes the people at the hospital kind and happy. I want to follow the Jesus teaching." Then Kadima snuggled with her doll under her red blanket and slept. No one in Durian village forgot the night that Kadima came back home, or the wonderful miracle of her new glass eye, and Kadima never forgot how Tuan helped to change her life.